Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Laka Waithaka, and he is doing amazing. The vibes that we need on Art and Culture Monday, you're bringing it home, and we are loving it. Laka, how are you?
I'm good.
How is your morning?
My morning is wonderful.
Are your Monday mornings always like this?
No.
Yeah.
Last night was a bit crazy. People at home have homers.
Yes.
Up at night and everything, but
yes,
we made it.
Yes.
We're here and we're so happy.
And we are grateful that you did, because we were definitely waiting for you.
Yeah.
I want you to say hi to guys at home. Wasalimie tu waambie umefika huku, then we jump right in.
All right, I want to say hi to everybody, all of my fans, all my friends, all my family.
Yes.
Special shout out to Abdurrahman in Mandera. He asked me to shout him out today here on KUTV. And also, special shout out to all the music students who want to pursue a career in music.
Yes. Wow, amazing. A special shout out to all of them. And now they have added a new music instrument to their list.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, so we have been talking about that since the morning.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, one, when did you start playing the saxophone?
Wow. Okay. So my journey, let me start with the journey to the saxophone.
Yes.
And I have to appreciate my parents. So my parents are not and like that, well, they're not musicians themselves.
Yes.
Okay. But they have an appreciation for music. And one time we had a friend who gifted us a keyboard, and my mom was like, everybody has to learn how to play this keyboard.
Yeah.
So we all learned how to play the keyboard.
Yes.
And then
we should have more parents like your parents.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, it goes a long way. Even for their parents now, I know CBC has music in it.
Yes.
Please support. Please support.
Yes, please.
Because it goes a long way. So they supported me in doing the keyboard, playing the keyboard. And they said, you know, before you learn another instrument, learn this keyboard first.
Yes.
After that, I learned the guitar. That's around age 12.
Yeah.
But there was a show I used to watch, and there's a guy who used to play the saxophone, and I was like, I want to be that guy.
Yes.
So I kept asking. Finally, one time during a school holiday, I was accompanying my brother. He was going for bass guitar lessons. My brother also a huge musical influence in my life.
Yeah.
He's now in trade finance and banking.
Yeah. Wow.
But
the inspiration.
I was going with him, and where he was going to learn how to play, there was a saxophone in the corner, and I asked about it, and the guy was like, yeah, go ahead, learn, just pick it up and start playing. And so he's the one who taught me that. This incredible gentleman was called Bwami Mpiana, and he used to be the band leader of orchestra, which was Les Mangelepa. So he then became my saxophone teacher and mentor at the age of 15, when I was 15 years old. Yeah, that's where it started.
Wow. So you did not start with the saxophone per se. You started way back with a lot of other instruments that you had to play along the way. One, we have to accept that your parents were amazing, because in that time and age, I believe when you were 15, that was not exactly the age where parents were applauding, you know, artists and instruments players. You know, it was, you do trade finance. So your brother.
Exactly. I mean, that's the time that you're trying to instill, you know, career goals into your child.
Career
doctor,
goals.
lawyer, those kind of things.
Yes.
And this music thing is that thing you kuchezea too on the
exactly.
side.
So we are starting with there. Big up to your parents, and big up to parents like those ones. And like you have said, CBC parents now have a chance.
Yes.
If your kid is really interested that way, motivate them, push them, in fact. Let them learn how to play all these different instruments. So you actually saw a saxophone on screen and you decided that is what I want to do.
Yes. Yes. So if anybody is watching this right now and they're motivated, go for it.
Go for it. So what about the saxophone stood out for you?
Like I mentioned, my brother was a huge influence because he's my elder brother, and me being the younger brother, I would just do whatever he does, follow him around, be that annoying. In fact, he used to get so annoyed sometimes.
That
like,
shadow.
Just stop. Exactly. That's it, a shadow.
Yes.
So he used to watch on that time. There was Metro TV, and there used to be this show called, I think it was called like Blue Mountain Jazz Cafe or something like that. Yeah. So he'd watch that. I think it used to come on either on Saturday afternoons or Sunday afternoons, and of course I'd be there, his shadow. And he'd be watching for the keyboard players, the bass guitar players, because those are the instruments he's majored in or he's interested in. And I used to notice all the time, all the bands that would come up to play the jazz music. First of all, it was jazz music, so that's where that love for jazz music got from. And I'd noticed that this guy, sort of in the front and center, holding this shiny thing and blowing into it, and he'd play like a long note. And people were like, woo! I was like, that's the guy I want to be.
Coming from there.
Exactly. I don't want to be those background guys, the keyboard player, the bass guitar player. No offense, keyboard players and bass guitar players. But I thought the saxophone stood out.
That was and it does. To be honest, it does. Like if you have a saxophonist in the band, you can somehow feel them stand out.
Exactly.
So wow. So you got into the learning of it. How was the experience of learning the saxophone? Because unlike many, it's still a hand-mouth instrument, but how was the process of learning the saxophone?
The saxophone, it's well, a lot of people say that it's an easy instrument to play badly. So getting an initial sound isn't too difficult. I mean, you blow into it and you can get like a And most people, they hear that and they're like, yes, I know how to play the saxophone. But to actually sound good on it takes a lot of practice, a lot of listening to other saxophonists, so that there's what we call tone imagination, so that your brain picks up on what sounds good and can start to now, guide your body on how to replicate that.
Yes.
Initially, when I started, my lesson would be 30 minutes. I'd stay in the studio for another 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'd play until my lips start bleeding, because over here, when you're blowing, the lower lip rests on top of your teeth.
Yes.
So if you play for too long, your teeth start to cut into your lip.
Yes.
So I'd play, go on hours and hours and hours playing the same song, and I think it used to be I'll remember which song it was.
Can we hear it? Just like a snippet.
I'm trying to remember which. Okay, so I started by teaching myself the scale of C. So that's just.
Yeah.
The song, it was a church song. It was because when I was playing the scale of C and going down, Roho yangu.
Yes.
So that's what I play for hours.
For hours and hours.
Just trying to figure out where the notes are and everything. And it was a painful process, but it gave me so much joy.
Yes.
And again, because this was during the school holidays while I was in high school.
Yeah.
And our high school at the time didn't have these instruments. So I'd be locked to only learning or playing during the holidays. That I started in April holiday.
Yeah.
Went to school 3 months, come back, and I was just like, I can't wait.
August holiday.
Exactly.
A time like
August
now,
holiday,
you would be
I would be in the studio every day. Other people are going to play football, going to Katia Chicks or whatever it is. Yeah. I was in the studio learning how to play this instrument. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So that is thousands of hours just put into perfecting the skill and learning where the notes are. That's a long time. So wait, if someone is seated at home looking at you and thinking, wow, I want to be that guy, approximately how many hours will it take to get from where they are to where you are?
Wow. I initially took 10 lessons. That time with Bwami Mpiana, I took 10 lessons. And then the next holiday, my parents saw my dedication and got me a saxophone. And I'd spend all my free time.
Yes.
So if you imagine, like, if I had a 20-day holiday, maybe half of that time was spent trying to play the saxophone.
Exactly.
So in terms of how long it might take, I'd put it at anywhere between 6 months to a year to be able to play tunes decently and know what you're doing, because it's very easy to start and just kind of learn a song through rote or just like through muscle memory and not actually know what's happening. And that's why I was spending all those hours playing Vumilia. Because I was teaching my fingers where to go rather than understanding what's happening with the music.
Okay. I'd like you to take us through the saxophone and what the different parts are called, and just take us through a class, just a short 1-minute class for us to understand.
Saxophone 101 with Laka. So the saxophone's made up of 3 major parts. You have the mouthpiece. There's this.
Oh, it comes out.
It's detachable. So you have the mouthpiece. This is the neck.
Yes.
And this is what we call the body. The body has all the keys, all the key work. And we have, some saxophones have up to 23 keys. All of these are keys that are played with the fingers.
Yes.
All of these ones here.
Yes.
These ones here.
All of those are keys.
All of these are keys. Some are played with the fingers, some are played with the palms and the knuckles. So when you get into it, it's actually a bit complicated. But all of those are necessary to make the music that you hear. The mouthpiece itself has 2 parts. You have the mouthpiece itself and this sort of like wooden looking thing that's called a reed. It's made out of cane and it's just flexible material, so when you blow it vibrates like that. If you grew up in the village and or even if you didn't grow up in the village but you have this experience of, you have 2 blades of grass, pull them like this and you blow and it produces like a kind of sound.
Yes.
So that's what's happening here. You blow in here and this reed vibrates so fast that it creates a sound. So this is like the engine of the sound, because without this, you don't really get any sound. There needs to be some vibration, because sound is vibration.
Yes.
So I could try and mimic and buzz my lips and try and make a sound. And now try and manipulate that with the keys.
Yes.
Okay, so on a very basic level, this is a vibration that creates the sort of gets the engine running, and you come here, and then now this is what manipulates the sound.
Exactly. Okay, so the sound comes in through there, then it is manipulated by the keys to make the sound that you want.
Exactly. Then there's other things. There's body mechanics. Your shape, your actual shape, weight, density of your body affects your sound. Because the instrument responds to what you're putting out in terms of the air, but also in terms of your body. I don't know. I don't know much more to say on that.
The horn-like.
Sorry? This part here.
Yes.
This is called the bell.
Yes.
So this is what now projects the sound. So you can see, like for me, I've put my microphone here because, well, this is not the only place sound comes out from, because as you're blowing out, the sound will escape from any opening. So where the keys are, like you can see here, the keys are sort of open, and when I play, then the keys are closing. So how it works is wow, let's get into it. Okay, so how it works is there's openings starting from right up here. Yes. So the highest sounds will travel the lowest distance. Yes. The more you blow, like the more the air has to travel through, the deeper the sound. The deeper the sound. So it's like again, for people who grew up in the village. Yeah. Can I jump off screen to do a demonstration? Yes. Yes. Okay. I will cover the label so that you don't see. That's okay. Yeah. Simple bottle thing. Yes. You make a sound. Okay? Yes. Because there's that distance. You make more distance. Yeah. Yeah, we need now to drink the water to create more distance, ladies and gentlemen. So before we had two, now we have two. Yes. And the further the air has to travel, it gets lower and lower. It goes lower and lower. Exactly, in pitch. Ooh, so that's the idea behind it. That's like the physics. For the guys, the physics people. Yes. The frequency is changing. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Wow. I mean, that is a lot. That is just lesson number one. Lesson number one. Welcome to the saxophone. Yes. So that if you're really interested, it's not in the air of people. Yes. You actually get to understand this doesn't sound good what is happening. Exactly. Because that might be where a lot of people are coming from. I think at this juncture, I want us to listen to another performance so that we can come back and hear the music that you have made now from the instrument. But right about now, performance from Laka Waithaka. And I have not asked whether Laka is actually his ID name. I'm going to ask that after the performance. Okay, so but right about now, ladies and gentlemen, saxophonist Laka Waithaka with a performance.
Vibes on vibes is what you are, Laka. And if you have wanted to listen to such music, he's going to be telling us where he plays live in just a minute. But Laka Waithaka, Laka ulitoa wapi hiyo jina?
Laka, nilitoa kwenye. No, it came from my sister. So my sister and I are pretty close in age.
Yes.
I think we're about, is it 18 months apart or something like that?
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. I think 21 months apart. Actually,
yes.
Yeah. And so when I was brought home from the hospital, she told this is Waithaka.
Yes.
And of course, baby talk.
Oh yeah.
So
Waithaka became Laka.
Waithaka became Laka.
So
and
sweet.
so and that's the name I grew up with.
Stuck.
And it just stuck. Because I was like, why am I calling myself Samuel Titus?
Yeah.
And that's not what most people call me. Those
exactly.
are my actual government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I like that. Big up. Is it big sister? Slightly big sister, but yes. Big up to you.
Yes, yes.
You have definitely participated in Laka's journey.
Thank you.
So Laka, you decided this is the instrument you want to play. You put in the work because there's some work to be put. If you want to be a saxophonist, you better. There's work to be put. And then you started performing. Where and when was your very first gig?
Ooh, very first gig.
Yes.
I want to say first, my training ground was church.
Yes.
And church has been a great training ground for many musicians because there's a lot of grace.
Exactly.
You go and make mistakes and people boo you and throw things at you and cuss you out or whatever it is.
Yes.
People will be like, oh, that was nice, try again later.
Yes.
The sound guys are not so gracious. They want to kunyongea mic.
Yeah.
Mary, thank you. Anyway, but church really was a great training ground for me.
Yes.
And I think the difference was that I took it seriously. One, because I already love church music, so I was like, I really want to play this music correctly.
Yes. Yeah.
I also had role models who were Christian saxophonists like Kirk Whalum.
Yeah.
And so seeing how they took their craft seriously and even as a means of worshiping God, then I was like, I need to do the same.
Yes.
So even there in the worship team, I would, play with all the seriousness, come up with horn lines, be, quite focused on it.
Yes.
And then after high school, my friends and I started a rock band. So we were a band called X&O. Yeah, rocking Nairobi.
Yeah.
And that's where I started now learning how to be what we call a front man, like a band front man, the guy who sort of leads.
Like you wanted.
Exactly,
you said you do want the back.
But now instead of playing the saxophone, I had like spiky hair. And I was like, but then the interesting thing, X&O quickly started shifting from rock to jazz. So we became a jazz band, and now I got to play the saxophone in front of all these people, and started living that dream that I had. And I went to study communication all throughout my uni years. I was playing, performing, and at that time, because there wasn't a huge stake on it, I felt like I had some freedom to do it without the pressure of it has to be perfect.
Yes.
So I played with as many people as I could. I played with hip hop bands at what was that thing called, the hip hop festival? What was it? Not Wapi? Was it Wapi? I think it was Wapi.
Not sure.
It used to be at the British Council. So we even met people like Calligraph Jones there when there were battle rappers. And I used to perform with Black Skills, David Oyuke, and Pepe Hayes and Chiso. Wow. Hey, that takes me back. Anyway, so played with hip hop bands, played with rock bands, played in church, of course, so you're playing diverse music there.
Yes.
Played in uni, we had with Richard Alai and Manu Mutiso and a few other people. We had a band called B7 because we were 7 guys. So we call ourselves B7. And we play now like more African, Rumba-ish, Afro-pop stuff.
Yes.
So all those experiences really started to hone my sound, my ability to sort of fluidly move between styles, and also my composition, because I started listening for what I liked and started creating music in the same style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with all that fluidity, where did you land? Like right now, what does Laka Waithaka play?
So what I really liked to listened to was jazz music, because I felt like that's where the saxophone is at home. Is most expressive.
Jazz, true.
Yeah, and but me I'm a Africa. What are those people called? That is for you know, Africa first. You know, not a black supremacist, but like I love
Africanacity. I know it's not the name, but okay.
Yeah, I think.
But you are for Africa and being African. Yes.
You can even see how I'm dressed. Like this is my preferred. This is where I'm comfortable.
Yes.
And so I started making. My desire was to make music that was at the same caliber as the jazz music I was listening to, but with an African sound.
Oh, and my producer is telling me it's called Pan-Africanist.
Pan-Africanist. Yes. Thank you, Ryan.
Yes.
Oh no, Bonnie. Is that Bonnie or Ryan?
Ryan. That was Ryan.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks, man. And so I started on that journey, and I was just making music for myself. I mean, at that time I didn't have great ambitions to record it or to perform it, but I was just like, one day, if this goes out, it'll be cool if it sounded like this.
Yes.
Many years later, I got to put words to that. So what I do is I create music in the sound of the land. So every land has its own sound.
Yes.
And this is very clear, like even in jazz music, you listen to South African jazz music.
Yes.
You listen to Latin jazz music. You listen to Memphis jazz in the States, or if it's New Orleans jazz, they all have a different flavor, all of them. Even like in West Africa and East Africa, the jazz is different.
Yes.
And I've played in both West Africa and East Africa. Anyway, just kidding. No, but I'm not kidding. But anyway,
yes, you have played it.
All these different places have their own different flavor.
Yes.
And one of the greatest, now that we're on an arts and culture show, one of the greatest criticisms that we've gotten as artists in Kenya is that we don't have anything original. What I'm wearing is a Nigerian shirt.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about fashion and the fashion trends that we've adopted or followed. A lot of them are, you know, from other countries, and other countries like Uganda, they'll own their stuff. Yeah. You know what they've, like their traditional dress, and modify it or whatever, but it's theirs. And there's been that criticism across fashion, across visual art, across music. And so, you know, it's just really trying to come up with what is our sound.
Yes, what is Kenyan.
What is Kenyan.
Yes.
And let's celebrate that and push that forward.
Exactly. Yeah. So you are definitely working on that. And we are rooting for you. We are rooting for you. We want you to sit here, to come here with a Kenyan attire.
Yeah.
You know, and we do great things. So you are working on that right now. Or rather, what are you working on right now?
So right now, continuing to work on that Kenyan sound. I'm moving away from the jazz sort of umbrella. Yeah. Because what we're creating, I play in a band called Shamsi Music. Yes. And these are my brothers.
That was my next question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so with Shamsi Music, I started on my own with some of the songs, even the songs that we've done as Shamsi. Some of them are compositions I made before the band started. But I got together with other people who had a similar vision, and it just blew up and became something so beautiful. Exactly. So even with Shamsi right now, we're in a process of writing new music, and it's still that characteristic Shamsi sound, which is like African rhythms and melodic ideas, but with a sort of like a modern feel to it. Yes. So that's how I would put it. That's how you would put it right now. Wow, I am so glad because of the things that you are doing, because your fluidity is now coming to sort of taking form into what you want to do and what you need to do. I'm told we are out of time, so where can we find that is the reaction I look for. Where can we find your compositions, and of course your compositions with Shamsi? Okay, so you can find my music has been absorbed in Shamsi, so look for Shamsi Music anywhere, all digital platforms. You'll find Shamsi Music there. Even on YouTube we have some videos there. I have recently started playing solo, like now the stuff that you've heard today. And I play every Friday at Ate restaurant, which is in Kitisuru. But I'm also available for bookings if you want to hire me for weddings or whatever it is. I'd first put Shamsi. Then if that's not working for you, then you can talk and you can look at hiring Laka for your event. hiring.
Oh, hiring Laka.
So
I wanted to ask, like a direct Instagram, Facebook, where can people find you directly?
So Instagram, look for Laxophonist. So it's saxophonist, but with an L at the beginning.
Yes.
Laka the saxophonist, Laxophonist.
Yes.
Same on Twitter. Facebook, Laka Waithaka.
Yeah.
Most other places, Laka Waithaka.
Yes. Yeah. So Laka Waithaka and Shamsi, the band.
And Shamsi Music.
Oh, Shamsi. Where? Shamsi Music.
Yes, Shamsi
Thank you. We got that. So you're going to find a lot of his new compositions, the things that he's working on and he is doing. Someone is saying here, who is this? Duly Sax. And I'm proud. Yes, proud of you, Laka.
Thank you.
Yes, so you should know that you're doing amazing. Miriam Juki is saying, good morning, Karen. The show today is just vibes. All right. Victoria Wild. And you look amazing today, Karen. Thank you for so much. And Laka, you're looking amazing as well.
Thanks,
I want
Karen.
us to get to listen to your compositions because that's why you're here. So I want to close the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are putting a comma there. Then Laka is actually going to close the show for us today with performances. But right now, I want to say thank you for keeping me company, online, for being here, for participating, for waking up very early to just listen to what I have to say on a Monday morning. We appreciate, of course, me and Monday gang appreciate, from my producer Ryan to the whole of gallery. There are ladies and gents that are seated to just make sure that you're getting the right thing. And of course, Laka and our first guest, Western Opati. Thank you so much. It's a lot. The studio is full from Kangi to the rest of the crew. People, yes, patience. Thank you. People are, standing right here to just make sure you're getting the right content. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'll see you next Monday. Same time, same place, same amazing show. But right about now, Laka Waithaka with his saxophone.
Yes, so I'm gonna do an original song. I want to involve you.
Yes.
So everyone, even in the studio, let's go like this. Like just a chakacha. This song is called Elephant Parade. Hey, keep it going. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My producer is telling me this is the last performance.
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
Sure. Let's do it.
Since you're here.
Since I'm here, let's do it.